the Post Malone method. Apparently, there's a Post Malone method, man. Let's check it right out.
Whenever a white rapper starts trending, I always kind of give them the side eye. This isn't because white rappers are bad. It's just that 9 times out of 10, they might be a culture vulture. So we all know Post Malone, right? I remember when White Iverson first came out. This is my freshman year in high school. I remember I was playing Black Ops 3. It just came out. I seen the video and I was like, okay, this dude pretty cool. He dressed up as Allen Iverson, got the braids in. He's just a light-skinned black fella. Well, I was wrong. He was a full-blown Caucasian man. And at the time, it was nothing wrong with it. I was like, okay, yeah, he just probably grew up around black people. He got the swag, you know, got the black swag because he was around. Fast forward to today, and this is him. A complete 180 from where he started. So this is the problem with a lot of white rappers that we see, or white musicians in general. I didn't mean to put rapper. A lot of them use black like culture to kind of get their foot in the door, and then once they get to where they need to be, they just forget about us. And that's because as black people, we are so supportive. Black culture is so influential. So like when they see like maybe an outsider doing it, it catches a lot of attention. But then it's like on the same page, let's say Beyonce, she tries to pivot to country. It's like access denied, but they can do it to us. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all see the frustration? Now there is another rapper out right now named Ian, and you know he got some pretty hard songs. I was bumping Brody's stuff. Now he had
Yeah, bro, I got one of his songs in my playlist, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me that you're about to say what I think you are.
hasn't fully did what Post Malone did yet, but I can see it coming.
Damn, I'm on my Britney shit. Oops, I hit again. Damn, I'm on my DJ Khaled shit. We the best. Who the hell you getting on?
Nah, that shit was trash. I didn't hear the whole freestyle, but that clip ass.
The phone with.
That was not a bar.
We don't talk about it, you just pop it on me.
The pivot is pivoting.
The Post Malone method remains undefeated. The Miley Cyrus method remains undefeated.
I forgot about Miley Cyrus. She did it too. Hell yeah, Miley. I remember she was at the Super Bowl twerking and shit. Damn, Miley.
The Justin Timberlake method remains undefeated. Ian is a rapper who came into prominence within the last couple of years. People have always had mixed opinions about his music because it's undeniably influenced by early and late 2000s Atlanta. It's like if Asher Roth grew up listening to Jeezy and Migos. And there's nothing wrong with that on its own. We have the examples of Mac Miller, Action Bronson, you know, that that. The issue, though, is that these kinds of artists are really the minority.
Long live Mac Miller, man. They don't make white boys like him no more, for real.
What we see happen more often is non-black artists using black music to build a name or a platform and then immediately pivoting away from black music.
Yes, we see it
But
all
I think
the time.
we're seeing from Ian is something we've seen happen time and time again in American music. And the problem is that it's not a two-way street. Post Malone can get accepted in black music and then go country, but Beyonce can't be a black artist and do the same.
Right.
Miley Cyrus did a bunch of songs with Mike Will Made It and twerked on Robin Thicke to break away from the Disney image, just to drop 6 country rock or alternative albums, and then go on Monica Lewinsky's podcast to talk about it as one of the most troubling times of her life.
That's the thing, bro. That is the thing. Let me explain something to y'all. Whenever, for example, it was this trend going around where it was like white people. It was like everybody was doing it, but I remember white people doing this, but Young Boy was about to go on concert, so everybody was like, this isn't me going, this is my past self going. And like, it'll be a picture of them with a whole bunch of black people when they was listening to Young Boy, and then it's like present day, they're distancing themselves from black people. So it's like, as black culture, black people, like being around us is related to like a rebellious stage in their life. It's a negative connotation with it.
Which, you know, that's good and fine. She was running around like she was on drugs the whole time. But at least the problem for me is she didn't have to go to black music to act ass like that.
Yeah, like,
you know, she could have put out Wrecking Ball and skipped the Juicy J feature if that was the plan the whole time.
To black music to act ass like that. Okay. So they don't like. What I'm getting here is that some black people have a problem with white people taking a page out of their book from black music. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they can like copy black music and then doing a full-on identity change and turning into like a white supremacist type of. I don't think it's not even white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like they just want to do white music and shit. Like, they just want to make country music. You feel me? Which is, I don't really see the problem here. I don't know. I'm probably missing a important piece of information, but yeah, it looks like they switching up how they used to rap, and some black people don't like it. You feel me? I think the thing is like, it's like if you're gonna like if that was the plan the whole time, you should have started off doing that or something like that. I don't know.
All right.
And it didn't just start with Hannah Montana. Segregation used to go further than just water fountains. There were stations that simply would not play music from black artists, so record labels would literally get a white person to sing the song in order for it to get played everywhere.
What?
That's the same business model that brought America Elvis.
Yeah.
His first single was a cover of That's All Right by Arthur Crudup. And his longest ever charting single was a cover of a song by Big Mama Thornton called
Man.
Hound Dog. Stations refused
What
to spin
the
from black
fuck?
artists that became
They just copying shit or what? Like, what the fuck is this?
I didn't know
toppers
this happened.
the second they could give the credit to a white one. This went on way beyond
It literally says it right here. It says the original Hound Dog. What the fuck? Elvis took this from her? Nah, not Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley was taking shit. He was on some Drake shit. What Drake did to XXX? Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Bro, history be repeating itself. Come on, bro. I wonder if that's what Drake is to us. You know what I'm saying? He just be stealing shit.
the 50s and before. Chuck Berry had to sue the Beach Boys to get credit for Surfing USA. The Rolling Stones openly credit black artists.
What
the group
the
name is a Muddy
fuck?
Waters reference. And don't even get me started on the Beatles. The Post Malone method is just this evolved. The method is so established, other countries like Korea took the blueprint and built.
I get it now. So like you stealing our shit and then you gonna go back to doing that shit? Alright, bro. Fucking oh my god. Like you just ooh. I'm getting it now. I'm understanding the lore. I'm understanding what we are talking about.
K-pop with it. The earliest groups were doing 90s R&B for Korean audiences.
Man.
They even had a Korean usher in the early 2000s.
Man.
While I'm not surprised to
A Korean usher? What the fuck?
see it from Ian, I am surprised to see the method still going strong. I've gotten to the point where I give a lot of these new artists 2 projects before I take them seriously.
Yeah.
If they're not calling that era a phase and the music is genuinely good by then, maybe I'll give it a shot. But I can't contribute, in good conscience to the success of the Post Malone method, knowing how it works, especially when you consider the vacuum of opportunity there is for the artists that are actually of the culture
Right.
of that music.
Big shout out to Mac Miller and Eminem. Like, shout out to the white rappers who actually have love for the game. You don't see that no more. Like I
Yeah, Eminem was the GOAT. For sure.
said anyway, I'm gonna do a video on why like white men, they need an Eminem in their life, because if not, they're gonna be following around people like Charlie Kirk and all these other racist people. They don't have no cool dude to look up to. That's a whole nother video for itself. All right, so y'all stay tuned for that. But yeah, this is why as black people we just kind of get on the fence with our things, because time and time again we see that black culture is a tool to get ahead, and it's like you never even show love to where they started from. Now I want to talk about another white rapper, Jack Harlow. I'm waiting on his pivot. When he came out, I was like, okay, his music pretty cool. Then I just started seeing a lot of weird stuff. Let's watch. We're gonna watch a video together.
Jack Harlow's music sucks, and so does his black scent. Listen to how he speaks here. In specific, pay attention to how he says the word that.
Best case scenario is you can have all that and love.
In this clip, Jack Harlow displays what's called TH stopping. It's a trait in some dialects of American English where either the T
Hey, bro. Hey, this dude right here, bro, he know about like people faking their accents. So, you know what I'm saying? If he's saying this about Jack Harlow, it might mean he a culture vulture as well, all right?
TH sounds in English become a T or a D sound. It can exist in someone's speech for one of 2 reasons. Either they're from the Mid-Atlantic or the Great Lakes region where it's a part of the regional accent, or they're black because it's a part of AAVE. But Jack Harlow is neither of these things. Jack Harlow is a white person from Louisville, Kentucky. So let's compare his speech to another white person from Louisville, Kentucky. Listen to how she says there, this, and that without TH stopping.
So there's this genre of reel that I get like every month.
Another thing of note is that Jack Harlow tends to display non-roticity. When the R sound at the end of a word is dropped. You can hear that in how he says mirror as mirror.
Wear a V-neck and I look in the mirror, I feel a bit beta.
Non-roticity used to be very common in Southern American speech, but it's since seen a sharp decline since the end of the Civil War. And today, it's practically non-existent in the South's young white speakers, especially in an area as far north as Louisville. Really, the only people who maintain non-roticity in the South are black speakers. So it's very bizarre that a young white guy from Louisville, Kentucky is displaying non-roticity. Again, let's use Noah as our reference point for what young white Louisville English sounds like. Pay attention to how she doesn't display non-roticity in the words hours or
Let's
for.
listen.
If you goon for an hour, you gooned for an hour. If you goon for 10 hours, you have the experience of gooning for 10 hours.
This is why I always
Wait, what is she
people
talking-
defend
What? Bro, how do we get Nah, bro. What the fuck was he even talking about to get on that type of topic? Like, how did he even get to that topic? You feel me? This shit just took a whole. This video just did a whole 360, my nigga. Like, what the fuck was he talking about? Nah. Like, what the fuck?
Stop the cap.
Wrong button. My bad, bro. Y'all gonna have to live with that.
White people doing black accents with, oh, they're from the South. We know what Southern white people sound like, and they don't sound like Jack Harlow. And again, like I mentioned in the Ariana Grande video, I don't think it's a coincidence that the guy who's doing this made a career of profiting off black art forms.
How y'all feel about this though, man? The Post Malone method is
If I told you how I actually feel, I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. Now, I feel like it's kind of weird though. Like, niggas be using niggas' culture and shit. Like, how you gonna use my culture for your own personal benefit and then try to make it seem like it was a rebellious stage? Like, bitch, get your like, what if I use country music as a rebellious stage, my nigga? Oh yeah, it was just a rebellious part of my life. Very negative. I don't recommend anybody to go try to do that country shit. What if I did that? You know what I'm saying? Niggas will have a problem with it, bro. Don't mind me, bro. Muscles just hitting today. You feel me? But nah, let me get back to it. Yeah, bro. I feel y'all. I feel y'all. How y'all feel about this? You know what I'm saying? I understand. I really do understand.
for sure undefeated. It's guaranteed success. We done seen it multiple times. We're going to continue to see it. It's like I said, as black people, we're just so inviting. That's why if you see a black,
Yeah, we just welcoming people. We good people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. We can continue to be that. You know what I'm saying?
a white person dancing on TikTok, you're gonna see comments, chill out now, white chocolate. You invited to the cookout. And it's like, slow your roll. Like, they don't invite us to the country club. And look, there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't think we want to go. Like, does any black person want to go to a country club? Is there a lot of people? Me personally, not me. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Would we want to go to their cookout? I don't know, man. I don't feel like eating unseasoned chicken and shit like that. I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing. I'm joking. But yeah, bro. I don't want to be invited anywhere. We got places to invite them. We got a lot of fun places to be. I mean, that they can go. We know, like, white culture don't really have, like, that flavor. It could be, like, you know what I'm saying, a little boring. Maybe I'm not experiencing, like, the white culture, bro. But I feel like the only ones I've been around was, like, bro, we was smoking weed with this dude's grandma, bro. Yes, they was white. We was in the suburbs, nigga. Smoking weed with his grandma. That shit was crazy. I'm never gonna forget that shit. The only time I actually went to, like, a white get together, you know what I'm saying? I was the only black person there. I didn't feel out of place, probably because I was high. I can't lie to you. That's probably what it was. But yeah, no cap.
Inviting some white people to the cookout. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna invite any white person to the cookout, it's gonna be John Brown. You gotta embody
Who the hell is that?
the spirits of real niggas to get invited to cookouts. Okay, they be just throwing them out left and right to the most.
I mean, it's up to them to choose, bro. Everybody get to choose if this white person right here is cool enough to be invited to the cookout. That's the whole beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you seem like a cool ass nigga, man. You're invited to the cookout. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video down in the comments. Would you invite one of your white friends to the cookout? I love y'all boys. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, and I'm out.